Hey, what is up guys, TotalWarKS here. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys if Total War Saga Thrones of Britannia is worth buying in 2020. Previously, there has been a lot of bugs and issues, but we're going to be talking about these issues and some of the pros and cons of this game compared to other Total Wars. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The map is very detailed compared to something like Total War Tilla. That would be like Edinburgh around here, and then Inverness further up north, and that's it. But in Thrones of Britannia, it is extremely detailed. You get these small islands here and here, just so much more detailed. There are actually quite a limited amount of units you can recruit at once. As you can see here, there's a limit of the elite units, 3 out of 3. So I can only recruit 3 of these. And if you have a specialization in any one of the units, so for Wales faction, or for this particular faction, we are specializing in spear infantry, so I can recruit 6 of these intermediate units, only 3 of the elite ones. And then for the levy units, you can recruit a bunch. Usually there's only 3 types for spear, sword, axe, bow, skirmisher, melee, etc. As you can see, we only have the intermediate sword units, we have the levy axe units, and the intermediate axe units. Same for the bow. We don't have elites. We only have elites for spear and cavalry. Pretty much every single faction in this game, all the units are relatively similar. Usually they will have one particular type of units that they're good at. So for Welsh this faction is spear units and the cavalry units. You know, for England it would be the English longbowman. Even the Welsh longbowman is pretty decent. And then for the Vikings, they will have like the 4th axe unit, which is like a 2-handed axe unit, where they have a very high charge bonus. Auto resolves are generally fairly accurate, unless you're playing on the harder difficulties like very hard or legendary. So right now this is in legendary. As you can see here, we're somewhat even, slightly outnumbered by the enemy forces, but they don't have any elite units. We have 4 elite spear units. So I would say it is still fairly accurate. Maybe because it's in legendary, it is more biased for the AIs to win auto resolves. As we know previously, you can steamroll the game by just stacking levy units and just auto resolving every single battle, and you just win your way, and that is no fun. So now that has been changed. So we can see here the animation is extremely dull. There's probably like 3 to 4 animation total for the infantry units. You can see the thrusting, the blocking, and the occasional swing from the sword. That's pretty much it. It's kind of underwhelming. Besides the dull combat, you can see here throughout the entire battle, these units are fighting, right? My units, they're fresh. The enemy units are exhausted because they're the one attacking, and my units are the one holding their position. I didn't give them an attack command, so for whatever reason, they're not getting worked up. I don't know why. It's always fresh, and the enemies is always exhausted. It's like every single battle is always like this. As long as I'm having units in a defensive position and just hold. Right, the technology tree is the same for every single faction. Okay, it may be the same, but it doesn't unlock the same type of units. But this is what you'll get for every single faction in general. So you want to upgrade melee units, you have to recruit axe or swords units. Like I think it's 4 units you have to recruit, and then you have to recruit 4 spear units to unlock the spearman unit tech tree. Same for missile units, cavalry, and some of these are different. I don't actually remember. And then you have to build a certain farm to unlock agriculture, military support, and stuff like that. So it's all the same. That's one downside. I would like to see a little bit of variety, but there isn't. Everything's the same. In addition, there is a food supply system in this game. So you gotta make sure you have enough amount of food at all times, or else you're gonna start losing supplies, and once you don't have supplies, your troops are gonna abandon and desert. So you don't want that to happen. Food is extremely important. Let's see, we're gonna recruit 3 units. It's gonna tell you it's gonna cost 57 food, and that's a lot of food. So I have a large amount of territory. Even then, I can only afford 4 full stack armies. So 1 here, 1 over here, the 3rd and the 4th. One way you can tackle this is have your governors upgrade the foraging skills, which will increase food per turn. And that leads me to the point of the governing system is somewhat interesting. You can give them estates. We can see here I gave 5 agricultural estates to this guy. He's gonna give us +2 supplies per estate, and our king is gonna give us +10 food production. So everyone gives a different type of bonus or a penalty. So some of these, yeah, if you give it to this guy, it's gonna give me -10 food production. Oh, I should take it from this guy, but if I give it to this guy, we can get +20 food production. What I'm gonna do is give it to this guy here. He might be angry, but fuck him. Who cares? And then some of these new recruits don't get as much bonus. And we'll give one to this guy as well. And that way you can have a higher food production. So overall, I would give this game a 7 out of 10, considering it is fairly challenging in my opinion in its own ways, and it has a very unique historical setting. So if you're someone who's interested in pretty much modern day United Kingdom and Ireland, you might be interested in this game and its history. You can also play as the Vikings, play as the English, the Scottish, you know, anybody you like. The problem is it's just very limited. There's nothing else besides the islands. So the battles are great. The campaign map is great as well. I've encountered quite a lot of challenges throughout my journey of this game, of this campaign so far, and I had my fair share of fun, so I give it a 7 out of 10. So hope you guys found this video helpful. Leave a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for more Total War content. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.